まだ何も言っていませんけど。イオンさんをちょっと渓谷の方へ連れて行かなくてはいけないんですよ。別にちょっとした事情があって。だから今日は家で待っていてください。儀式みたいなものです。縛られたままごゆっくりお眠りください。男性は侵入禁止なんです。そうですね。どうしましょう。男でしょうか。巫女さんだからセーフ。
自分の地位は最大限活用せねばならない。
では行ってきますので縛られていてくださいね。まあ興奮しているんですの？私が嘘をついたとでも？幼なじみだけあるよね。大丈夫。本当に大丈夫だから。今さらそんなこと言って何が変わるのよ。 お眠りください。あなたはそのまま全てを忘れて幸せに暮らしてください。それで十分ですか？では。あら、ちょっと待ってください。大丈夫ですわ。 危害は加えません。不可抗力。お元気でしたか？なぜですの？最後は仲良くお別れしたのに。ああ、そうですか。ああ、こっちで除霊をちょっと。似たようなものです。隣にもう一人いるじゃないですか。最近何をしていたんです？わあ、田舎は田舎で大変ですわ。厳しいお母様ですのね。
お兄ちゃんにあげる。田舎には変わったものがたくさんあるから。
そんな、やめてくださいな。笑えばいいと思います。本気で気持ち悪いので笑わないでください。田舎の子供は積極的ですから。
Alrighty, everybody, that was My Girlfriend is a Mermaid? And to be honest with you, I actually played through this game 5 additional times after I got the bad ending because I was so confused on what I did wrong. And it actually was, not only is the game made for multiple playthroughs, but it actually made me change how I felt about the game. So originally I was going to say the game was kind of meh, it had good characters, storyline was kind of strange, and I just didn't feel like I got what I expected out of it. However, after playing through and changing up my dialogue options, it completely changed my experience with the game. There were certain areas that if we answered, it would have... I was so confused on some of the things that we ended up doing, like the whole boar quests, and just a whole bunch of random stuff. I was just like, this isn't making any sense. And it's because I was going about it the wrong way. I was going about the game as if I was the character and going, I need to try to go out and get food for everybody, and I need to do this, and I want to do this, and I think this is the best thing to do. I'm going to bury the scales and those kind of things, because I was like, you know what, I'm going to show her that I really care for her, because I thought that was what it wanted. Nope. The game wanted you to play it as though you are this scientific character. And once I discovered that, in a sense, I fell in love with the game because it made sense. Originally, I was like, he's going on these tangents, I don't care for this. But honestly, those were all hints from you going, hey, go do some research. Hey, you should go listen in. Hey, you should keep those. It was those kind of things that really were subtle hints. Now, the great thing is because it's so easy to play multiple times through this because there's a skip button. So if you fire it up again, you hit the skip button, it'll go through all the dialogue you've already seen. And anything new, it slows down and stops on and starts playing normally. I appreciate that. So with me telling you all that stuff about the multiple playthroughs, I want to get into the game itself. Honestly, it blew me away as pretty solid. That doesn't mean it's perfect. It's pretty good, though. So, starting off with the characters, all three characters, Rin, Ion, and Pitakun, were all solid characters. And Pitakun, I know I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, and I apologize. But I loved it as a comic relief. Rin, at first I was very confused why Rin was there, and really took me by surprise. And because I was expecting maybe a third mermaid or something like that. But in the end, going about the good route. Now, there is also a true ending to the game as well. I want to make note of that. I got a good ending. It opens up a whole different door on why Rin is there. And there's not a lot of forums out there right now because the game is still relatively new and very niche product. But overall, yeah, all three characters were pretty solid. Even us as a main character, as though we went on these tangents from time to time, we weren't too bad. There were times that I was craving more information or more substance, and then it was throwing like random facts and things at me, and I'm like, why is it giving me this? Well, it's the type of character we are. On the topic of graphics, I think it was very pretty. I think each of the characters looked really good. And the background images, I'd say about 90 to 95% of them were solid. I love the art style, kind of the blurred image in the background. It was subtle and solid. There were a couple images of the nighttime or like of trees that you could almost see the pixelation around it and just didn't look as clean. But again, about 90 to 95% of the backgrounds look really solid. And the soundtrack was there. It didn't overtake it. It didn't take me anywhere I didn't need to go. It was fitting. One criticism I will say is I wish the village people that we ran into had actual people there, not just black silhouettes. Felt like that really took me out of the experience. We met the old couple, but we don't see the old couple. We met the couple people inside the town itself. We didn't really see them, though. We just seen their outline. And I feel like that was kind of a cop-out way to do it. So that was one big issue I had. As for the voice actresses themselves, I feel like they all did a fantastic job. All of them really portrayed their characters very, very well. And I appreciate that because being a visual novel, you really have to hit home with your voice. Now, I will say the whole Rin thing with the... And this is not supposed to sound derogatory by all means. But the whole... I don't even know what they were. Just books in general. I was going to say comics. But they were just like... books. I'm so weird to talk about it. I felt like that was played a little hard and interesting. And again, we wouldn't have got quite as much of it if you would have played a different route. But it was all right. It was not like it ruined the game. But I'm just like, where is this going? It really confused me because out of nowhere all that happens, and it's like, oh boy. Now, again, this game is rated T for teen, which they must be pushing that T envelope very, very closely. Though there was no nudity in the game per se, there was a lot of innuendos and a lot of stuff like that, and you might be turned off from it. So keep that in mind. Now, again, I was a Kickstarter backer on this. I pledged $15 to get a digital Switch code. Again, anybody that's doing Kickstarter, if you do a game on the Switch, you're probably going to get my money. And again, because I only played through this 5 times, if I would have done once, I probably wouldn't have said much positive about it, but like, it's all right. But overall, I think the game did really good. And I got so mad at the end of my first playthrough. I'm like, no, that's not how this is ending. And I played through it again, and I got the same ending again. I'm like, what is going on here? Played through it a third time, got the same ending. Fourth time, the same ending. And even though I was keeping track, I had a sheet of paper on my phone. I had a note brought up, I should say, and I was keeping track of how I was answering. And then I learned that the game wanted you to play as though you were him, and not as just a normal functioning person. They wanted you to do the research on the mermaids. They wanted you to keep the scales. They wanted that kind of stuff because that was your character. And because of that, the game, I'm giving it a thumbs up. I don't play a lot of visual novels. I do one now and again if it really, really takes me by surprise. And I'm very happy I played this. Again, $20. I think it's on Steam as well for like $10 to $15. I'm okay paying $15 for the Switch. And it is $20 nowadays. But I got several hours of gameplay out of it. A lot more than I was expecting. I was expecting a 4-hour game and be done with it. But that's not at all what I got. Basically, to wrap this game up, I would say it's got some great storytelling to it, solid visuals, great voice acting, some solid laugh moments, a few cringy spots, but overall, a pretty decent story for multiple playthroughs and multiple things to unlock as well, between different extra stories and endings and just images throughout the whole gameplay. I think it does a good job, especially for the price. And seeing that it came to the Switch, I'm definitely a happy camper. So, on that note, I think that's a good place to stop it. I hope to see everybody in another episode on another video. So, thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you can, give the video a like. It does help us out quite a bit. Also, check out the channel because we have tons of videos going on over there. And until next time, you guys stay frosty.